right here. Okay, next time, every time you, Dad, you with me on this? Every time you drop your hand, do 20. 20 push-ups.
20, quick.
Just to show us how to do it. Do the same thing you were doing, but the hands up. All right.
Say yes, sir.
Coach, every time you drop his head, drop it for
20. On track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. Keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this the 7 C's. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off with my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon'.
Hi, my name is Sandra Hernandez and I'm from Houston, Texas. What does Termite Watkins mean to me? He is definitely like a father figure to me. Me and my husband go to Fellowship of the Nations. That's where we met Termite, and he actually baptized me. He baptized me as a Christian, and he's just means so much. He's a mentor. That's number one. He is a mentor to me. He's a wonderful coach. He's a wonderful teacher. And I just appreciate everything that he has given me, taught me, and just, he's been phenomenal to me.
My name is Rene Alonso. I'm from Houston, Texas. I was born and raised here in the east side of Houston, Texas. Well, Termite Watkins means the world to me because this man's given me the opportunity to come and help out here, and you know, he's taught me everything I know when it comes to coaching and boxing, and you know, he's been with me the whole time getting my son ready, and he's the one that's really taught us all that we know as far as boxing. Of course, we've learned, you know, on the way from other coaches, little things here and there, but most of what I know, I was taught by Termite Watkins.
My name is Giovanni Alonso. They call me El Rojo. They know me here at the gym as El Rojo. Oh, Termite means a lot to me. He's like another father figure to me. Like whenever I'm not able to go to my dad about something, I'm able to go to him about something, or if it's God related, I can talk to him about anything. But he means really a lot to me.
Termite, he accepted me and my family, man, when we first came through the door, man. It's like when we first walked in, like we knew this is where we needed to be. And he's been coaching me, he's been showing me the ropes. I said, my son boxes here. And through that, you know, I wanted to have something to share with him. You know, like, you know what, man, I'm gonna help you out. We in this together. And Coach Termite has been a mentor. He's been showing me everything. And along with all the coaches, man, they've been helping me out a whole lot. And it's been good, man.
My name is Lance Kikoa Gordon. I'm from Crosby, Texas. Well, Termite has to be one of the best teachers in my entire life that I've ever had the opportunity to really train under. See, I've had a lot of different teachers or a lot of different mentors in my life. I've said that Coach Termite, including some of the other coaches in this gym, have changed me in ways that they probably don't even know about. Like, the things that they have taught me have strengthened me so much, not only as a man, but just as a fighter too, just in every single way.
Hello everybody, Yakudi once again. We know that we always try to bring you inspirational, motivational people. And this time, there's no exception. This time, I hope that whoever's watching this right now really pays attention. Who is in our backyard? Who are the people that are doing something for our community? Today, in Channelview, here in Texas, is Maurice, AKA Termite Watkins. Termite, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate your valuable time, and I appreciate you being this open to share a little bit about yourself and what you're doing here in the greater area of Houston.
Well, first of all, it's great to meet you. I finally got to meet the one and only, and it's been great. And thank you for taking the time to come here to the gym, which I am so proud of, and I love telling stories about it. And so I'm looking forward to this interview today.
Termite, thank you so much. I mean, I really struggled to get a little grasp, because without going into too much into detail, and we'll touch the basics. You have something really great going on here that I really want everybody to know. So somebody that might be out there that might not be too into the boxing world, who are you?
Well, they call me Termite. Termite is a nickname that I got from the day I was born. Matter of fact, the day I was born, a friend of ours started calling me Termite. So it just stuck with me. My dad was in the pest control industry, and so it just stuck with me. At the age of 10, I was into a lot of trouble. My dad was a gangster, a real one, and he hurt people. I've watched him do it, and anyway, but he come to know Christ when I was 10, and I was going the other way. I'd already at 10 years old been stealing and getting sent home from school and all that kind of stuff, drinking. I had an uncle that would give me all the alcohol and cigarettes and cigars that I wanted at 10 years old. And like I say, I got caught stealing from different stores. And anyway, so my dad wanted to get me involved in something that could occupy my time. And somebody told him, said, Bill, you know, if you'd get him in boxing, it'll take all of his time up. He'll be too tired to get in any trouble. And it worked. And I gotta tell you, Jaco, the way that I got into it is I was playing baseball one night, and they called me in off the field, and I gotta tell you, I was that terrible baseball player. I was that one that wish he could have, you know, been better. I was just terrible. They called me in off the field, and I come running in, and a man named Joe Dove said, Bill, you know, I've got this boxing club. Does Termite want to be a boxer? Ask him. I said, Termite, do you want to be a boxer? And I said, yeah. I didn't really know what that really meant. So that night we left the baseball field. We went to my house, which was a block away, and he put gloves on us. And he put them on with a twin brother, the Carr brothers. And this one, they said time. That meant the bell rung. And we were only doing 1 minute rounds. He said time, and man, this guy come out and just started whipping me, and man, he gave me a whipping like you wouldn't believe. Then they said time, so I knew that meant rest. Then they got another one. He beat the devil out of me. Got the man's son. He really beat the devil out of me. He said, yep, I think he'll make it. The next night, that night I weighed in. The next night I fought, I lost again. But I won my next fight, which was only a week later. And there's power in victory. There's just power in victory. So I won my second fight, lost my third, then I got a good coach. And I was a good student, and I went on to do some pretty awesome things in the boxing game.
So you actually became a professional boxer?
I did. Prior to becoming a professional fighter, I won nationals at 16. It had not been done. I made the USA team at 16. It had not been done. Wow. My roommate was a guy named Sugar Ray Leonard. Oh. And you might have heard that name before.
Maybe, yeah.
And so he was my roommate. And then Howard Davis was my roommate, who also won a gold medal. That was the USA team. There was 5 of them. And but I ended up turning professional. I'm real big about taking a stand about what I believe in. And I took a stand for amateur boxing. It knocked me out of going to the Olympics. There was some corruption, okay? And it knocked me out of going to the Olympics, so I turned pro at 17. And I had a pretty good professional record. I had 65 fights, 58 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws, 48 knockouts. So I did, God bless me. No. I did okay.
By the sound of it, I feel bad for some people that got the best of you, and we mean in the boxing terminology, right? So Termite, all this from a troubled background to up in the ring professionally, what was your childhood like? What influenced you to stay on that track? What kept you from going on it earlier? and all that?
Great question. What influenced me to stay on track was, first of all, in boxing, if you want to be good, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of training. So therefore, I was off the street, okay? And you can't do all the things that I was already starting to do, smoke and drink, and so it took me off of the street, and it gave me something to hope for. And hope is a big, big thing. Kids, people need hope. They need to be able to hope in something. Boxing was my hope.
Wow, so that was your kind of like shock to the boxing world as an escape of doing bad things, right? And
Yes.
and almost you stumble upon it. And I don't believe in coincidences. I do believe that God always paints the road some way, somehow. A lot of times we get tunnel vision and we think we want one thing. We think we want to go that road, but you have life and God saying, hey, I'm throwing it to your face. Like, you need to head this way. And I'm glad that it turned that way, because not only did it help you become a professional boxer, it helped you go through this roller coaster of a life. What are some of the challenges that after you were a pro came onto your life, and how did you overcome them?
So some of the obstacles was I had to make weight a lot of times. And so I learned that, and I had to eat proper coming up, and I couldn't indulge in a lot of stuff, so it's bittersweet. You know, I couldn't just go out and eat all I wanted because I had to make weight.
Okay.
But it was also good that I had to make weight so I didn't have to go eat all I wanted. But some of the challenges then went on to when I was 17 and turned pro. You know, a 17-year-old as a professional, it's a new world. And I had to grow up real quick because this was grown men. This wasn't teenagers. You know, this was grown men wanting to hurt me. I was taking their food supply away.
Yeah.
You know, if I beat them, well, they maybe couldn't feed their family or whatever. And so, you know, there's all kinds of obstacles in being an athlete, overcoming. In boxing, it's making weight, going to bed early. There's just a lot of different challenges on that.
So you said a thing, and I want to ask because I'm curious. I've seen it in movies. So it is really like that you get all this attention out of the blue,
You do.
and you get people that they don't care how, they're gonna make a statement, they're gonna try to intimidate you. So it's like we see it in the movies sometimes that there's this group of other people with another upcoming or famous boxer, and he comes to you and kind of like tries to poke at you, challenge you, and humiliate you in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Is it really that way?
It is, and if it's, let's say maybe it wasn't even a boxer, maybe it was just somebody on the street, maybe trying to make a name for themselves. You know, I had a guy one night in my wilder days, you know, and I was at a wrong place. He came up and wanted to fight me, and I couldn't fight him because I was professional, and this guy was doing everything he could to make me hit him or to fight me. You know, he was trying to prove, I guess, his manhood. And so, you know, yeah, as a professional, there's a lot of obstacles that you have to overcome. And sometimes a little bit of fame that I had, that's one of them.
Okay. So you did the boxing world, you took on that journey. You retired from boxing, you take on the family business. How did you end up in Iraq?
My family business is in the pest control. I had actually gotten away from the pest control, and I was in car business. I was doing very well. I was in the top 2 or 3% in the nation in automobile sales. I was making a lot of money selling cars. I was selling up to 50 cars a month, you know, which is a lot. And then I got a phone call, and it kind of went like this. Hey, Termite, do you still have your pest control license? I said, I do. Why do you ask? He said, our military is needing pest control support in Iraq. And I started laughing. You know, yeah, they do need some support. You know, they got a bunch of big pests over there. And he said, no, he said, you know, really and truly, he said, they need pest control support. I went home that night. I couldn't sleep. God was dealing with me because at 10 years old, I trusted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And I love for everybody to know that. I want to say it again. I am a Christian. I trusted Jesus Christ at 10 years old.
Amen.
Now, I did go through a wild stage later on in life, but they needed pest control support in Iraq. I ended up going I took a stand against a general that was cussing me. I don't like people to cuss me, and I still don't allow it. And so he gave me a chore to do, and if he didn't do it, he was going to send me back to the States. And I told him, just don't cuss me, and I'll find a way. And the chore was getting rid of a massive fly problem. And by the grace of God, I did, because I realized that God had given me everything that I needed for success in Iraq. And I want to tell everybody out there that God always gives us everything that we need for success. Sometimes we just have to reach out to somebody and say, hey, my name is Termite Watkins, and you're, and we just got to reach out and meet people.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
and meet friends and become friends with new people.
Exactly. A lot of times when people ask me, hey, how do you get to meet these people? How do you get to talk or interview them? Literally, I just reach out, and I genuinely support what they're doing. I don't chase the people that they have them following themselves or others, or the kind of population that is interested in them. If I genuinely find you inspirational, motivational, or I like your cause, I'm going to reach out. Of course, I get a lot of no's,
Sure.
and that's normal. You get used to that.
Yeah.
But you already made an attempt, and a lot of times I've been in a position where somebody tells me, you know what, no, then they see my content come up, or they hear word of mouth, hey, you know what, so you really do motivational speaking, or you really do this. A lot of times we're so focused on, okay, what can I tell them or her, that way they can pay attention to me, how can I stand out? Sometimes, like you said, just being yourself, nice to meet you, without asking anything, could be the decisive moment of somebody wanting to do something with you, or just building a connection.
That's right. That's right. Every day there's many opportunities, and we have to look for those opportunities.
Termite, what has never quitting symbolized in your life? How important it is? We always hear it all the time, and we know that it's very different. Me telling you, hey, don't quit while you're doing jump rope, while you're doing push-ups, or while you're walking in this ring, or trying to evade some punches. It looks easy from the outside. Hey, go, go, go. But what has that symbolized to you in your life?
Never quitting. I was an underachiever until I was taught to never quit. My dad, even though he was an alcoholic and he come to know Christ at a young age, but he did teach me right. And he taught me to never quit. You cannot win if you quit. Okay? If you don't quit, you have a chance of winning. And so I just learned at a real young age I was gonna keep on. And then I learned that if I learned to do it better than other kids, like boxing, I would win. And I learned that through many years of boxing, that sometimes it's in that last 10 or 15 seconds that everything you put into your life counts in that last 10 or 15 seconds. And so I've won fights in the last 10 seconds. Wow. Because I didn't quit. And maybe somebody else did, or maybe because I had a little bit more energy or whatever, I could go a little bit longer. But one thing for sure, quitters never win, and winners never quit. And so for everybody out there, all I can say is don't quit. Keep on trying.
What would be your 3 pieces of advice, quick ones, to somebody that might be watching right now, or might be looking at one of your kids and think to themselves, I want to get started in boxing, especially if they're in a young age?
If you, my 3 words of advice for somebody looking to get in a boxing gym. First of all, if you're in the Houston area, look up Fighter Nation.
Which is the name of his gym.
Fighter Nation is right here. We're at 13305 Wood Forest Boulevard, Fighter Nation. But get a gym that has people that has good knowledge. All right. Some of the other people that you've talked to today, like Rojo, like Coach Renee, these are people that young fighters should make sure there's good fighters in the gym, because if there's no good fighters, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay? And then, I have a girl that loves training under Coach Renee. It's because he's good, he's thorough, he communicates well. So if you're looking for a gym, make sure you can communicate with the coach. Make sure that there's good communication.
Good. So those are three very needed points that you got to make sure that you go into, and then you make sure you get straight when you want to get into the world of boxing. With that being said, what are some of Termite's goals? Short term, long term. What are your plans? What do you want to do with Fighter Nation? And the reason we're sharing this is because we need more people to know that Fighter Nation is here in Channelview. This is a gem that's literally in our backyard. You have a professional boxer, former professional boxer who has shared a stage with some of the greats. The gym the boxing ring we're in right now, this one right here, Muhammad Ali fought in.
That's right.
And there's no exaggeration in this, and just the vibe, as we call it now, just the ambience that this creates, who fought in here is magical.
Yeah.
And magical it doesn't do it justice. If you're watching this, if you're really interested in the world of boxing or something related to it, I really recommend that you support what's local and that you support what's good, because here, it's been a life-changing experience, Termite. I've gotten to meet a lot of great people like yourself, and I know the great things are coming. Can you share some of those things?
Yeah, and I think you're picking. I think you're prying, aren't you? Yeah, some great things are coming. And so I'm going to wet your whistle just a little bit.
All right.
And I had the privilege of going to the country of Iraq in 2003 and 2004. And they're doing a movie over that story. For 15 years, I've talked about them going to do a movie. And now it's here. The last 2 weeks, I've met with the scriptwriter, and it's going to be good. It's predicted to be Here I am trying to watch what I say.
Come on, Termite. I'm through the lure. I'm coming to work and I'm working that.
And I'm fighting back. I'm fighting back. I'd love to tell you who it's with, but I can't. And but it's one of the all-time great movie producers, movie stars.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of good ones out there. And anyway, we're trying to get the script written, and you put me on the spot.
I'm not gonna say something I'm not supposed to say. Just come, literally. All I can say is coming to theaters near you, and that's no exaggeration.
Yeah.
"Eye of the Tiger" is one of my favorite songs. By the way.
Yo, Adrian.
Hey, if you can't understand what we're talking to you right now, man, just keep tabs on what's gonna come out next in the feature in the movies. Termite, once again, has been a pleasure. Thank you for everything you're doing for the community. Thank you for being so passionate, not only in front of the camera, but on your day-to-day, giving a lot of troubled young men and women a place that they can call home, a place where love is coming out like a fountain, and that you are really, to some extent, telling kids for the first time in their lives that they're loved.
That's right.
And I can't say I represent all of Houston, but if I could, I thank you and for everybody in the Houston, the Texas, and the U.S. area, because we need more people like you, people that vouch for what's right.
And I hope I'm going to do something. You were luring me in a while ago. I'm just going to come out and do it. Come visit our church, Fellowship of the Nations, 13305 Wood Forest Boulevard, same place the boxing gym is. You got the church in front, 13305 Wood Forest Boulevard. Right behind it is the boxing gym, Fighter Nation. Come see us.
Don't worry, in the caption and description of this video, I will put both addresses, the gym, which is behind the church, and the church itself. If you have time, come check it out. If you want to invest, talk about business, here's the man, Termite. Once again, what an honor, what a pleasure. God bless you, and I wish you nothing but the best from this point on.
Thank you so much, and God bless you.
All right, peace.